Right now, quietly, some of the biggest banks in the world are preparing for a recession. And most people won't realize it until it's too late. Goldman Sachs, JPMorgan, Bank of America, all flashing warnings few are paying attention to. Consumer debt just hit $1.28 trillion. Inflation is sticky. Safety nets are weaker than ever. I'll show you the exact moves you can make today to protect yourself, because the people who come out ahead don't get lucky. They get informed early. Let's get into it. This is not fear-mongering. I'm showing patterns we've seen before. Every major financial disruption, because they're repeating now. Think back to 2008. Rising delinquencies, overextended consumers, unsustainable debt. Almost nobody acted until it was too late. 2020 was the same story, just triggered externally. People who came out ahead had cash, skills, and multiple income streams. Now in 2026, whether it's a crash, a slowdown, or a prolonged squeeze, the strategy is the same. Prepare, position, and move with intention. Section 1. The 2026 Warning Signs. Warning Sign 1. Major banks are openly saying recession risk. These aren't obscure blogs. They're the biggest financial institutions in the world. Goldman Sachs warns growth could slow to 1.25% in port to 2026. JPMorgan puts recession odds at 35%. Bank of America says risk is underpriced. Morgan Stanley highlights energy and inflation pressures. When all four use words like fragile and recession risk in the same quarter, that is not noise. That is a signal. Warning sign. 2. The oil shock. Nobody's talking about. Brent crude is threatening $100 per barrel due to tensions around the Strait of Hormuz. It's not just gas prices. Shipping costs for food, medicine, electronics, and clothing rise too. The Fed can't cut aggressively without reigniting inflation. Growth slows, oil rises, inflation stays sticky. It's stagflation. Think of it like pressing the gas and brakes at the same time. Brutal for everyday people. Warning sign. 3. Consumer debt just hit a record. Credit card balances hit $1.277 trillion in Q4 2025, a 66% increase since 2021. Average APR, 23 to 24%. Pandemic-era savings are gone. Delinquency rates are the highest since 2017, with some zip codes above 20%. Warning sign. 4. The 3 safety nets are all weakened. Savings buffers are low. Interest rates are still 3.5 to 3.75%. Government capacity to spend is limited. The economy's shock absorbers are weaker than at any point in the last 15 years. This isn't paranoia. It's prudence. Section 2. What this actually means for you. Financial impact rarely arrives as a single dramatic event. It arrives slowly, then all at once. Jobs get cut, not in headlines but in emails. We're restructuring, reducing headcount. Costs stay high or rise. Credit tightens. Opportunities expand for those with cash, skills, and positioning. Remember 2008? People weren't panicking at first. They were still shopping, spending, and borrowing. And then, almost overnight, credit froze, jobs disappeared, and everything changed. 2020, markets dropped 35%. People who kept investing through the dip saw extraordinary returns. The event itself isn't the problem. Walking into it without a plan is. Section 3. Why most people will lose. Most people will be worse off after this period than before it. Not because they're unlucky, but because they'll do nothing. They'll watch, they'll worry, they'll scroll through headlines, and they won't change a single thing about how they manage money, skills, or time. Psychologists call this optimism bias. The tendency to believe bad things happen to other people, not us. Doing nothing is a decision, and in uncertain times, it's one of the most expensive decisions you can make. Section 4. The action plan. What to do right now. If you only do one thing after this video, make it. Step 1. Build your cash buffer. If you don't have at least 1 to 3 months of living expenses in an accessible account, that is your top priority. Not investing, not crypto, cash. It covers unexpected bills, gives you a runway if income stops, and lets you act on opportunities. Even $50 per week moves you closer. Step 2. Destroy high-interest debt. Average credit card rates are 23 to 24%. No investment reliably beats that cost. Highest ROI right now, eliminate it. Use the avalanche method. Target highest interest first. Pay minimums on the rest. Check for 0% balance transfer offers for 12 to 18 months. Step 3. Cut what doesn't serve you. Review every subscription, membership, or recurring service. Most people in 2026 are paying for 4 to 6 they don't use. Redirect even $200 per month. That's $2,400 per year, building a real cushion over 3 years. Step 4. Invest consistently, even with small amounts. Many stop investing in uncertainty. That's backwards. Markets drop, ETFs get cheaper, recovery amplifies returns. Pick a broad market, ETF, S&P 500 or total world market. Invest fixed amounts on a fixed schedule. Don't watch daily. Consistency beats timing. Step 5. Build a second income stream. Relying on a single income is risky. Freelance, create content, digital products, affiliate marketing. Even $200 to $300 per month extra dramatically increases resilience. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about not being fully exposed if your main income disappears. Goldman Sachs and JPMorgan are warning about recession. Consumer debt is at a record high. The 3 financial safety nets that saved us in past downturns are weaker than ever. Most people will hear this and do nothing. That's exactly why the small group who act wins. Build your cash buffer. Cut your debt. Create another income stream. Invest consistently. You can't control the macro, but you can control your position. And starting today, even with one small action, puts you ahead.